Welcome back to artofdino.com and saveearth.us, and I have got an interesting article. Again, this is number 2 from December 1st, 1893 of the Camden Chronicle, number 2 of 3, which this one page has, which is just mind-blowing in reflection nowadays, 100 plus years later. But this one, very cool. I hadn't really heard about this history, but it's called Wonderful Strength, and it's going to talk about some of the strongest people in history, which I had never heard about, and very interesting. So I'm going to include some AI art here, and I want you all to enjoy this. Very fascinating. Again, some strength, some serious strength here. And were these giants? Were these a different breed of human from beyond the realm, an entire different species altogether? Let's find out. Here we go. Wonderful strength. Polydamas of Thessalia was a man of extraordinary strength and stature. As Hercules had done, he alone, without arms, killed an enormous lion that was devastating the valleys of Mount Olympus. With one hand, Polydamas could hold back a chariot drawn by 2 horses. He could break the trunk of a tree as anyone would break a small stick. That's pretty impressive. The king of Persia, Darius I, wishing to witness the feats of this marvelous man, called him to his court. He opposed to him 3 of the stateliest men of his army. Polydamas killed the 3 by simply giving them a slap on the ears. He was about to slap the faces of a few more when the king, satisfied, stopped him. Wow, killed by a slap to the ears. Jesus. That's pretty impressive, and that would crush the slap competitions, which is weird, but that are happening nowadays. This guy would be a champ in a second. But here we go. One day, he seized a bull by one of his hind feet, and the animal did not escape until it had left its hoof in Polydamas's hand. Like Milo, he died through overconfidence in his strength. He attempted to support a massive rock that had given way, but he got buried under it and died. Wow, that guy, Polydamas. Whew. Also in the 16th century, there lived another remarkably strong man, a major named Barsabbas. One day he took up an anvil weighing 500 pounds and hid it under his cloaks. Often, to amuse his comrades, he went through the rifle drill with a cannon. He could crush between his fingers the limbs of big animals. One day, seeing a crowd looking at an enormous dancing bear, he offered to wrestle with the animal. The major threw the bear down several times, and judging it unworthy of further struggle, slew the animal with his fist, and carried it away on his shoulders, amid the cheers of the crowd. Another day, seeing several officers of his regiment surrounded by an angry crowd, he ran to them, knocking people down right and left as a child does with a pack of cards. The crowd, exasperated, turned round on him, but seizing 2 of his assailants, one with each hand, he used them as clubs on the crowd, who, astonished at this extraordinary display of strength, quickly drew back. Once he squeezed to pulp the hand of a man who wanted to fight him. Wow. Barsabbas' sister was also remarkable for her strength. Some burglars entered a convent where she was. She threw one out of the window and killed 2 others with a pillar she tore down and used as a club. And that is ridiculous. That was in the New York Journal, and those are definitely giants. This is 100% a story of giants. And when you think about it, and you think about the construction of these buildings and the work that would need to be done to build canals, to build massive buildings of marble, to harvest and quarry that stone, to go to extreme heights and put things up into extreme places, to dig underground massive depths, to carve into mountains massive depths. In order to do all of these things, you need to be a giant. The ancient world was 100% peopled by giants who were building all of these things. There's no way that we could have done it. Same with the pyramids. Those pyramid stones would be very tough and would take probably about 20, 40, 50, 100 people our size, but could take one giant and people of a different race. So when you think about that and think about building it, it would be like us building a Lego castle. to them, because they'd just be putting brick on brick, piece by piece, and like to us, a giant marble brick is could be like a Lego piece to them, to a giant species. And that is the way, again, this world is far bigger than they say. This realm would be way too small if this was the only place in existence here on Earth. It would be way too small for beings like this and for all these creations and all this technology and all these different things, where some of that ancient stuff was brought from beyond this realm. They are lying to us. That's why they've put so much pressure and effort into hiding the giants from history, making them seem like a tall tale, a fairy tale, Jack and the Beanstalk, all these different things. Meanwhile, there was still some leftover proof with some of the giants, that people with giantism that survived in our realm, that were able to get photographed. And you can picture that they're not just genetic anomalies, they are definitely left over from a race of people that were all that size. It's the only way to explain so much of the past that is inexplainable in any other way. So again, boom. And if they had strength like this, and if this was pretty common for these people to have strength like this, then wow, there could have been civilizations, islands, continents that had only these kind of people on them, or who knows, or just they could have worked. There could have been a massive time where they were in harmony with us, and the small people and the giants were working together and being great. And that could be what all the Egyptian ancient gods and all that visions of the Olympus and all those people could all be connected. But again, this was just a cool little article showing the power of some of these people and some of the things that they did that I would have never even thought about. And so it's very cool to hear it, and I would like to look more into Polydamas and see if there's any more stories about him or Barsabbas, because I find that very fascinating, and if there's a picture or a drawing of them, I'd like to see it. So we will be hearing more again from this, but I hope you enjoyed Article 2 of 3 from this one page in 1893. So bless you all, and stay tuned for the last one called Balloons of War. Bless you all from artofdino.com and saveearth.us.